Hi, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long since the last video. There have been a lot of changes going on up here with my boats. I had a Diesel Trophy Pro boat previously last year. It was a great boat for fuel economy, and it was set up really good for sport fishing and crabbing and prawning. However, it was a cuddy cabin, and the cabin was a little bit too small for two people. I was exposed to the weather while driving, and rain and wind and waves. So I ended up selling that boat and buying this boat. This is my new trophy. It's got an Alaskan cabin on it, which is better to camp in. I'm out of the weather. It does have a V8 motor instead of the diesel, which is a little bit worse on fuel economy, I think, on this trip to Stuart Island. I'm getting ready to show you. I got about 2 miles to the gallon. It's a lot faster than the diesel boat was. It's got a larger engine than initially came in it. It's got a 5.8 liter OMC Cobra set up in it. We launched the boat from Cornet Bay and headed out to a crabbing spot suggested by a friend, and I honestly didn't start getting any video footage until we left the crabbing spot, headed for Stuart Island. This is just kind of us heading out for the first trip in this new boat. So sit back and enjoy, and I will narrate wherever I feel necessary. In just a few seconds I'll show you a map of our trip. It was a 90-mile round trip, and we took a southern route heading out to Stuart, and then it took the northern route coming back. Along the way we passed Stuart Island, which used to be a game farm. I'll put a link in the description to Stuart Island, and now it's populated by buffalo sheep. Flash in some photographs that we just took from the cell phone, trying to zoom in on the sheep along the shore of Stuart Island. Anyway, we were headed to Reid Harbor, which is the westernmost harbor on Stuart Island, and it's pretty much the farthest northwest you can go without getting into Canadian waters, between the San Juan Islands and Vancouver Island. So the boat, like I said, goes a lot faster than the diesel did, and so that should help us get to places we need to go to quicker, a little more expensive. I'm kind of sad after this first trip that I let the diesel boat go, but this boat was much more comfortable for us to camp in, and especially with the inclement weather up here in the fall, it's nice to be out of the weather. So here we are, headed up out of our crabbing location, back up into the San Juans to head out to Stuart. Okay, so now here we are just kind of rounding the north end of Stuart Island. We'll cruise around the corner of the island here and then head straight for Stuart Island. Western cove or inlet on Stuart Island is Reid Harbor. And I think we saw some teepees at a park while we were headed in. I think I got some video, a little closer video of them on our way out the following day. So enjoy the ride from Stuart Island over to Reid Harbor on Stuart Island. So coming into Reid Harbor here, there's plenty of anchorage. They even have mooring lines tied between poles that you can tie your boats to. There are 2 floats that you can tie up at that are out in the middle of the harbor, and then you'll of course have to dinghy to shore to pay or use the restrooms. It's just a short hike from Reid Harbor over the back of the island to Prevost Harbor. And once we got over to Prevost Harbor, we saw that they had a dock there that had open space, but we decided just to stay at the float for the night and call it an early night, get dinner fixed, surf and turf on the barbecue on the float at Reid Harbor on Stuart Island. Here we are at the easternmost float at the north end of Reid Harbor, Stuart Island. There is another float just directly west of this one. It's about the same size. However, there was kind of some partiers going on over there for the day, so we decided to dock here next to a quieter crowd, and some pretty large boats tied up here. As we were getting the barbecue ready, we noticed a landing craft vessel come in with looked like a contractor's truck with some supplies to lumber and stuff to build a house or a cabin. So I went ahead and filmed them come in and drop off the vehicle at the boat launch at the north end of the harbor. And then the vehicle dropped off their load and came back a little bit later and loaded back on the landing craft and headed out. So the next clip will be them loading back onto the vessel and the vessel pulling out and heading out of Reid Harbor. And with all that evening's excitement out of the way, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here, Reid Harbor, Stuart Island. Going to cook some food on the barbecue, get to bed early, do a little exploring tomorrow, and then head back midday. We've got a long trip back. On the way back, I'm going to be stopping by quite a few places. It'll be Jones Island, Orcas Island, Bowman Bay, and then back to Coronet Bay. So I will post those spots and that trip in the next video. I appreciate you stopping by. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Click the subscribe button if you want to, and there's a little bell next to that subscribe button that you can click, and it will let you know when I get the next video posted. Anyway, I appreciate following our videos, and I'll do my best to get the next one out as soon as I can. Thanks for stopping by.